Real life street stars, hold on. Legendary business. We got him in the building, the one and only, I want to call him a national treasure right about now, the Pimpin Ken, man. And is it okay to add the Pimpin Ken to the name?
Yeah, well, if they see me in the pawn shop, tell them to break the window and get me out.
Worth
a lot of money, man.
A lot of money, man. And not antiquated, man. More so just game related, man. And I'm so glad we got you here because our fans kind of cater to knowledge and game getting spit.
Right.
And who best to have come sit down but one of the originators of just giving game. And I want to preface this interview like I want to get your thoughts on, do you feel the game that you got, the game that you spilled, and the game that you spit is being lost to these youth, like of today's era? The game that you took in and the game that you gave out, do you feel like it's not being given to the youth?
Well, I think, when you think about black folks in general, right? You look at the civil rights movement, you look at all of the trials and tribulations we went through as a people, and you think about Martin Luther King, you think about, dogs being sicked on them and stuff like that, you say, wow, they had it bad, and that was a different time and era. Back then they had typewriters. Now we got dumb people with smartphones. So when you look at the advent of AI and IG and Facebook, it accelerates everything. So a lot of these young people, whereas we had to be on the track and we had to wait all night for $1,000, they can make $10,000 in OnlyFans in millimeter seconds. Now the principles that the game had with, hey man, you got to keep it real. You can't be doing no sucker shit. You can't be no buster. All that is out the door now because they said, why should I listen to Ken, who's a icon and a national treasure in the game, when I could just get this girl put on OnlyFans, or I can go on Backpage, or I can go on Craigslist, and I can, get money real quick. Whereas back in the day, in our era and time, if you was a pimp, you had to prove yourself as a pimp. You had to really have game, and if you didn't, you're gonna get knocked for your bitch. And they're gonna peel you, just like a banana. And that's how it was back then. So now, it's so much technology, it's so much advancement, that now these guys, they don't have to work as hard as we did. They don't have to, worry if the bra gonna get raped at night. They don't have to worry if the police gonna pick her up. They don't have to go through that. All they gotta do is put something on the internet and bam, they're a millionaire overnight. I was just talking to Sauce Walka the other day and he was telling me like, yo man, I made $1 million. And I got 8 different situations operating under the same person.
Yep.
And he said, I'm making all this money. Now, there was another P in the room. He and Sauce Walka they had a little disagreement about it, but Sauce Walka said, man, ask so-and-so. And I said, hey, Sauce Walka, I agree with you. It's a different era of time. Now, you got to remember, if anybody should be accused of changing the game or be at fault, it's me. And that's why I denounced Pimps Up and Hoes Down. I denounced American Pimp. The reason why I denounced Pimps Up and Hoes Down American Pimp because it sent a lot of young men to jail. A lot of brothers went to jail trying to be like me, trying to be pimps, trying to be fly, trying to have hoes and shit. And then at the same time that they brought Pimps Up and Hoes Down, they brought out what? Human trafficking, which has nothing to do with pimping. Mm-hmm. So, if you look at today's time and you look at our time, we had it a little bit better because we had to worry about human trafficking. You get caught with a girl in a strip club, that's human trafficking. If you mess with a minor, that's human trafficking. If you knock a bitch for me and that bitch is already in the game, they're gonna charge both of us for that bitch and get both of us human trafficking. So on one side, it's good. On another side, they got to watch out. They got to watch their back.
Man, we about to have a great conversation, man. Here's how it goes. And I want to ask you real quick because you mentioned his name. You mentioned Martin Luther King. And I'm just curious, does Pimpin Ken feel like this is the dream that Martin Luther King had when you was out there getting to it? Do you feel like this is the dream that brother had?
You good, man. You good. Because I got, I've been thinking about Martin Luther King, man, for the last 10 years, And everywhere I travel, they got a Martin Luther King street. They got Martin Luther King monument next to Abraham Lincoln. But with black folks, this gonna probably go crazy. Black folks, y'all got to understand, the only reason why you got Martin Luther King everywhere. The only reason why you see all this Martin Luther King praise, Martin Luther King holiday, is because they killed our brother. On the other side of Martin Luther King is white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma? They call it Black Wall Street, but they killed 600 black folks. Why is they not talking about Percy Jr. like they talk about Brother Martin, you know, who was as eloquent, as proficient, and also was a genius. You know what I'm saying? He got over 1,000 patents with the gluten company. You know, he was the first black man to have his own medical facility. And he did the same thing Martin Luther King. He protested, you know, he did all this stuff. Just go look at it on the internet, the forgotten genius, Percy Jr. So when I look at Martin Luther King, I look at it as a slap in the face to our brothers because, you know, the brother that you put out the most is the brother that y'all killed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when you think about it, just look at, I'm a master of game. I wrote the book, The Art of Human Chess. So I look at the game, I said, why is these people keep pushing Martin Luther King? Because no matter how our children study Black history, no matter how much they go and they look at the civil rights movement, at the end of the day, it's gonna leave with a sour taste in their heart. They're gonna say, oh man, they killed Martin. They killed our brother. And and on the other side of that, gonna be a pale face, white supremacy. Same thing with Tulsa, Oklahoma. When you look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, everybody praises, oh, Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street. But why don't they praise Jay-Z? Black Wall Street, the GDP of Black Wall Street was 2.5 billion.
Come on now.
That was the GDP, 2.5 billion. Jay-Z is worth 2.5 billion. Kanye is alleged to be worth as much as $9 million at one time, $9 billion, which is 3 times the value of Black Wall Street. But they're gonna keep taking you to Black Wall Street because those people burnt our brothers and sisters' cities down. They killed our brothers, they killed 600, they say 300, but really if you go and check the grades, it was 600 of them. So this is what game is. You know, you got to be able to peep. They say real game, peep game. So I love Martin, you know, and I respect Martin for who he is. But I know the people that the motive behind it is not the real motive of praising the brother and uplifting the brother. Is to praise themselves.
Well, let me ask you, because there's rumors, and I don't know this to be true, that Martin, when he got shot and killed at the motel, he was in there with some prostitutes.
Well, Martin, you know, I wrote that in my book, in Art of Human Chess. Martin, he messed with prostitutes. He cheated on his wife. He did everything that every man do. I'm saying this guy, he went to see a psychiatrist. His wife wasn't giving him no sex. And so he went to see the psychiatrist. He said, what's your problem? He said, my wife don't never give me no sex. She just want to have sex periodically.
Yeah, that'll fuck.
And the psychiatrist looked at him and said, hey man, I got the same problem. You know what I'm saying? So
welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club. So when you think about it, a man is a man is a man. You know, I mean, it's a question that Ugly Money, who I do a podcast
Ugly Money, for real.
Ugly Money said, name one black man or one successful man that don't cheat. Barack Obama talked about in his book how he cheated on Michelle Obama.
Yes.
You know, all men cheat. It's just, I say 90% of men cheat, the other 10% lie about it.
Oh,
They ain't telling the truth. So it's probably about 100%.
So let me ask you then, because Martin was killed, and at the time, because, you know, it wasn't social media, technically there was no blemishes on his record for what the world knew. All they knew was a great man. If he would have lived to actually have a flaw, do you feel he would have been as great if they would have seen him cheating on his wife or being with prostitutes, and that would have got out to the world?
He did have a flaw. J. Edgar Hoover just didn't get a chance to put it out yet. Oh. Under COINTELPRO, J. Edgar Hoover, it was called the fear of a black messiah. So every black man was under scrutiny at that time. You know what I'm saying? It don't make a difference. Look what they did to our brother Moselle Marcus Garvey. So look what they did to him. Same thing. Nice. You know, these folks are, you know, the fear of America is in general the black man. Because the black man, as Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she's a beautiful sister, y'all need to go research it. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said the biggest fear is the black man penis. The black man penis is the real weapon of mass destruction because through genetics, we can annihilate anybody.
Goddamn.
We can annihilate anybody.
You gotta miss him.
No, I'm serious. And then look at everything. You know, I don't know if you remember the Fear of a Black Nation way back in the early 20s. You know, the symbol that they make everything, they make it in the symbol of a penis. Look at the bullet; it look like a penis. You know, all missiles look like a penis.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But because it's psychological. You know what I'm saying? You got to read Dr. Naeem Akbar, the changes in psychological changes in slavery, or Dr. Kwanzaa Kajufu, the conspiracy to destroy young black boys, or Chancellor William, the destruction of the black civilization. And when you get into these books, George G.M. James, the Stolen Legacy, and Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation Nigga, when you start reading these books and start attuning yourself with knowledge and uplifting your mind, you will see how it all correlates. And then you think about Martin Luther King, and you say, okay, he not only was a weapon, you know, from a physical standpoint, but from a celebrity standpoint.
Oh yeah.
So white women was crazy about Martin Luther King. They crazy about Michael Jackson. They crazy about 50 Cent. Any one of us that get national prominence, they get crazy about it. But if you add that with the penis and you allow them to amalgamate or copulate with a white woman or with an Indian woman or with a Chinese woman, there you go. The Fear of a Black Nation, baby.
Nah, it's crazy because for everything that, you know, Martin went through, again, you know, he's been great. But I got to ask you this. You're very well read. In this conversation, you know, again, I like where we're at.
Right,
it's gonna go south in a second. I like where we're at.
Let's go.
But I'm just curious, when you start reading more and obtaining more knowledge, was it before your time when you got in the game, or was it more so afterwards?
So what happened, man, before I became a legendary pimp, I used to rob banks, right?
Oh man, what was your biggest heist?
Well, you know, we got 40, 50,000. You know, we was young, we was getting plenty of money. I was robbing them every day, so we had hundreds of thousands. So eventually, back then, the feds couldn't get you as a minor. So because it was a minor, we wouldn't rob them with a gun. We would go in there and give them a bag of change. And when the lady take the chain in the back of the counter, we'd go over the counter and we'd jump and grab all the hundreds. And we learned over the years that the money was not in the first drawer. All the hundreds was in the second drawer. So we would always get the second drawer, you know. And in the first drawer, that's where they had the little red thing, like it go off the little explosive. Yeah. So that sent me to prison eventually, you know, my criminality. So once I got to prison, I couldn't read or write. I had like maybe a second grade, first grade education, you know, because I was in special ed all my life. You know, I was a bad kid, fighting, all that stuff, you know, and, you know, skipping school and stuff, took the yellow bus, you know. My mama used to say I'm crazy. Everybody said I was retarded, you know, so I believed that, you know what I'm saying? And then as a child, I was molested by my babysitter, the young lady that my mom had babysitted. So a lot of shit was going on with me psychologically, right? Like seriously. But once I got to prison, I read this book called Iceberg Slim, The Story of My Life. It took me 4 months to read it. And in prison, you pass the books. So they're like, nigga, pass the book.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with this nigga, man? That nigga, don't be hard.
Why did it take so long to read it? You were just so
because I couldn't read. I couldn't read or write.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So that there embarrassed me. And in prison, you know, you get kudos for being smart. You know, so if you the intelligent brother, like Malcolm X said, he read the encyclopedia, the whole dictionary, you know, that's the stuff niggas do in prison. And niggas flex on you. They don't flex on you with jury. They flex on you with knowledge. So I wasn't fit to be a PI in prison. So I went, I got my GED, you know, and the prison people that had handled the school, some of the brothers in there, they helped me learn how to read. The next year, I went to college. I joined a University of Bellevue, which is a university in Wisconsin. I got a 4-point average. I started acing everything. Then I started writing a lot. Then I started reading books. The first book that I read of substance was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Then I read Zig Ziglar. Then I read W. Clement Stone. And I just started reading and reading. Because when you can't read and people ask you, somebody asks you to read something, you be like, you know, you don't want to read it. Yeah, you act like, man, I ain't got my glasses on or some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's how the person I was. So once I learned how to read, then it became increasingly fun to me. It was like, I just want to read because now I know how to read. So it was like, you know, I learned how to ride a bicycle. And that's how I became so knowledgeable.
I'm curious, who do you blame for not being able to read early on?
Oh, for me not being able to read?
Yeah, who do you blame?
I blame the lady that molested me because I would be bumping my head against, that's why my head is flat in the back. I used to bump my head against the wall and shit was going on and it's trauma, you know.
Wait, you bumping your head for what?
Because I was just trying to get attention from my mom. I was just acting crazy. You know, I was just doing crazy stuff, you know, acting bad out of school, you know, skipping school even, you know, man, they found me somewhere over by a park or a lake somewhere. I didn't even know where I was. I just started walking. But, you know, I found out years later that this was the trauma that I was going. So it was post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, mental health is really serious in the Black community. Yes. And it's a lot of young people today, you know, that's seeing all this murder, all this killing, and it's really plaguing our community. So when I think about that, you know, and I think about myself, because I'm 60. I didn't learn until I was 54 what had happened to me. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, I know why I was tripping. Because I was talking to this young lady and she was talking about how she had got raped. And when she was telling me about how she got raped by her uncle and they used to, you know, take turns on her. And then it just, bam, all of a sudden I remembered something that was in my mind that was causing, and that's why I was so notorious.
You suppressed it? Like,
it was suppressed.
Wow.
You know, that's why it's called post-traumatic stress disorder, right? You know what I mean? You know, you allow things that happened to you in the past to cause stress in your life, you know, and that's what stress disorder is, you know. So I'm plagued by all this stuff and I don't even know that this is going on, but in deep down in my psyche, you know, I know it's something. And that's why I was such a notorious pimp. And then my mother, when I went to prison, she never came to see me. That made me have a disdain for her. So I was really hardcore on what we call a bitch. You know, I was hardcore on a bitch because I said, hey, man, my mama didn't give a fuck about me. You know, this shit happened to me and all kind of shit happened to me.
You thought of your mama as a bitch?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I would say I was hardcore on a bitch. So see, then when I went to jail, a guy by the name of Pimpin Ken, he said, man, you got to be desensitized. He said, you got to have a triple bypass. You got to remove all the sympathy out your heart if you want to be a pimp, you know? And he explained to me an incident where this guy, this one, I call her Juanita, but I found out later her name was Rosie. So Rosie was with this pimp named Pope. She ended up choosing this other pimp named Sam. Both of them dead, may they rest in peace. That's why I could say their name. So Rosie, Sam had all his hoes. Poke had all his hoes. If he lighted a cigarette, the bitches had to fumble to light the cigarette. You know, if he take his shit, they had to wipe his ass. If his stomach grew out, they had to. So when Sam got Rosie from Pope, she treated him the same way because that's how she was trained. And, you know, so Poke told me, he said, dude, mistake that pimping for love. So he was telling me, ain't no love in this shit. He said, love like a full out of the world, like fucking shit, so fuck that shit. So that, you know, with me being abused, that with my mama not coming to see me, that created the Pimpin Ken that y'all see. And that's why I said I never wanted to do Pimps Up H0Es. I was at a party and they just started filming and my natural hustle instinct came out. I said, y'all gonna pay me for this shit. Y'all ain't gonna be running around with no goddamn camera and I ain't getting no money. Y'all call yourself who, HBO? But then once I seen it, you know, I denounced it and people said, why would you denounce it? Because pimping, once Pimps Up H0Es came out, you gotta remember, I immediately stopped the game. My daddy told me, he said, boy, you a fool.
Yeah,
he said, you a fool. And I hurried up and got out the game because I love my daddy. My daddy been with me my entire life. He raised me, you know, I mean, everything that I know is because of my father, you know what I'm saying? You know, the way I move, you know, he taught me that. So I believed in what he said. So I got out the game, but then after I got out the game, human trafficking came. All these laws came and they started locking little brothers up. Snoop Dogg wanted to be a pimp. Ludacris pimping all over the world. T.I. Pimp Squad Click. 50 Cent PIMP. Nelly Pimp Juice. All this happening simultaneously, and then it reminded me of what happened during the Mario Cuban boat lift when everybody wanted to be Scarface, everybody wanted to be Nino. And then they came with the new laws, the 85% law, and they started locking brothers up and incarcerating them in the federal system. And now you got 2.7 million people in the prison when black folks only comprise 6%. All of us that's eligible, you remember, we 40 million people in the country, we 13% of the population, but only 6% of us are eligible. And out of that 6%, America is 5% of the world's population, but it's 25% of the world's incarceration. So we got 50% of that world, that America incarceration, that 25%, which put us at 2.5, which was 12.5. So 12.5 out of all the people incarcerated in the world, African Americans, only 6%, which is a small percentage, represent 12.5% of the world's incarceration. And we ain't gonna even talk about Nigerians and other ethnic groups of black folk. So, when you think about all of that and you think about, the problems in our community, man, you can pretty much see what I'm talking about.
I want to take it back when you said there's no love in the game, right?
Right.
When you were in the game, did you ever fall in love with a hoe?
Never. I cringed before. Man, I had this one chick, man, she was just so fine. And I was like, man, Ken. And that dude, that little voice, OG Pimpin Pope, pop in my head. Hey, man, ain't no love in this shit. Hey, man, you treat out-of-pocket bitch and in-pocket bitch the same. And that helped my career. That's how I became Pimpin Ken. Because pretty bitches would tell other bitches, that nigga's a real pimp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't finna be, trying to fuck a bitch unless he gets some money. He ain't finna be, handcuffing no bitch. He ain't finna be lovey-dovey. He ain't finna be putting you to the side and taking you and having a party with you while the other hoes get money. He gonna be strictly pimping. And that's why, I think that the ain't no love in this game worked for me. Now, did I have any, okay.
Continue.
Did I have any doubts? Man, there's a lot of women that came through my door, man. I mean, I had Asian bitches, I had beautiful white bitches, European bitches, I had Mexican bitches, I had Puerto Rican bitches, Dominican Republican bitches, beautiful sisters.
Which one was the most? You mentioned the one that was beautiful. Which one?
She was from Dominican Republic. She was she was so fucking fine, my nigga. Her body, she had a body like a goddess, right? But you know what I'm saying? I had to pimp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had to send her out the door. I had to break on her, you know what I mean? But guess what? If I would have, just had some butt-naked fun with her and made her my little side piece, she wouldn't have never respected me. Because women, God gave a woman the same thing he gave a skunk, a white stripe in the belly for the funk. Bitch is gonna challenge you the rest of your life. See, the Bible started out with the fall of man, right? So the fall of man is in the Bible. That's in the book of Genesis. But it's about a man who's supposed to be named Adam, who allowed this woman named Eve to deceive him because the snake and all this symbolicalism that they talk about in the Bible. But the issue, Bible is symbolic. You got to look at it. The thing is that God put the woman on the earth to challenge a man. Can't no weak man deal with no strong woman. She gonna break you down. How many times have you seen a nigga 6'8", his woman 4'2"? Where you going? Man, I can't go, man. My wife tripping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see it all the time. But because women have EQ, men have IQ. And they have IQ and EQ, but their EQ emotional quotient is way stronger than the males. And that's how a woman defeats you. That's how she debates you through nagging and conversation and where you going? Who on your phone? Woo. If somebody keep doing that, that's called mental abuse. Eventually, she abused you to the point where you break down. And she break you down to the last compound. And I don't care if you 8, 9, I don't care if you're the president of the United States, I don't care who you is. It was certain things that Barack couldn't do because he said, I got to talk to Michelle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But that's the power of a woman. But see, what a pimp does, he understands that. So he combat that emotion. He break her down. He switched the game on her. He tell her, no, bitch, you going to do what I tell you to do. It's my way or no way, bitch. And then you got to stand on that, because if you don't stand on that, guess what she going to do? She going to break you down. A lot of pimps don't make it. A lot of the women flip them. A lot of niggas get flipped. Like, for real. I mean, no bullshit, pimping. They get flipped. A lot of niggas don't make it in the pimp game. They come in with their pants up. They leave it with their pants with a shoestring. They lost so much weight. They come in the Benz and they leave in the bucket because these hoes will wear you out. And just imagine, I had 16 bitches when I had the black girls. I had 5 white bitches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had 2 different cliques of bitches, right? Imagine you and your wife arguing, right? Imagine going through it with your girl. Compound that times 16. You got to be a hell of a nigga to be a motherfucking pimp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of psychology, man. So, and you have to desensitize. You got to have a triple bypass. You can't have no sympathy in your heart when you're dealing with women. Even if you're a man, you know what I'm saying? No woman is going to respect you if you're a pussy. You have to stand on your woman, man, regardless. You got to let her know, look here, hey, baby, this is my way or the highway. I had a discussion the other day. Nigga say, why you think there's so many single women out here? Why you think there's so many single women? And why you think, because they raising all the children. And I told him, I said, you know what? That's fucked up. And what makes it fucked up, see, God is a mastermind. You know what I'm saying? The trees give us oxygen. The trees get its ultraviolet rays from the sun. It also get its nurture and its rain from precipitation and condensation. You know, so God is a mastermind. He's a scientist. God gave the reason why God made the lion the king of the jungle is not because of his claws or his teeth, because of his roar. That scared the shit out of elephants and the giraffes. All they hear that roar, they get to running like a motherfucker, right? But God, look at the man. God made a man like he in a scientific way. The woman, when my mother used to say, "Sit your butt down," we don't never sit down. She got to tell us 3, 4. My dad, "Sit y'all asses down." We sit down. See, God gave a man an Adam's apple. You understand what I'm saying? And women is trying to say, "I'm independent. I don't need no man." That's the most absurd shit you can say. What you mean? You'll never hear no white woman talking about some, "I'm independent. I don't need no white man. I don't need no man." No, sister, you do need a man. But guess what? Newsflash. This finna go viral by itself. Who you think raising the killers? If there's no man in the house, you're a single parent, and your son walk right here and doing drills and killing motherfuckers and doing all these young niggas killing motherfuckers, that's because of absence of a father. And guess what? Newsflash, sisters, y'all going to jail. What you mean, Ken? They just locked a white woman up because her son killed 4 people in a school shooting. That case is present now. What that means that all y'all kids are killing. That means that all these black sisters who don't need a black man, which is very important, that Adam's apple is very important, guess what? Y'all finna be in danger. Who gonna raise your kids when they start snatching y'all off the street? You think they gonna lock a white woman up because her son killed 4 people at 15 years? You think they ain't gonna lock your black ass up? It's coming, y'all. You know, it's science. They broke up the family. Now they finna totally destroy the whole black community because if you got a nation of young men that's around here talking about some they Crips and Bloods and GDs and Vice Lords, and they doing a whole bunch of killing, and they have to kill to join the gang, or they have to kill or do what they call a retaliation of murder, then guess what? If he's 15, if they can put that white woman in jail, you're going to jail, sister. You're going to jail. You better get you a man. You better let that Adam's apple be in your household. You better quit. Let these people tell you that you don't need no man while they sitting out there in the Hamptons and they sitting out there in Malibu with their husbands and they chilling and taking trips while we sitting out here acting like we are endangered species and we're not even sticking together. And me and another sister had a conversation. She said, "Well, Ken, I'm gay." I said, "I have no problem with that, sister. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's your prerogative." And this is in my interview on my podcast, A View from the Game. All you gotta do is type in Pimpin Ken and go to my interview. And on there, I said her name was Chan. I said, "Chan, if you and your lover or you and your wife go on the island, right? And you know, y'all was just there and no other people was there, just you and her." I said, "What you think gonna happen?" She said, "We just gonna fuck and make love and that's it." I said, "Well, sister, that's cool, but let me say this here. Even in your lifestyle, the only way you can have your lifestyle is through a straight relationship, a monogamous relationship. I have to produce you in order for you to be gay, in order for you to be a lesbian. We have to perpetuate ourselves. So we got to understand, you know, and I use that analogy not as a gay bash or nothing like that. That ain't nothing towards gay people because my brother was gay. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against gay people, but I used an analogy to say, look, women, you know what I'm saying? We must stick with our men. Men, we must stick with our women. We must come together. We must stop this nonsense about I'm an independent black woman. You know, that's got to stop.
So what are your thoughts? You mentioned the Adam's apple and the lion's roar. I just got to get your thoughts on the male who tries to pretend to be a female and have his voice, you know, talk like a woman when he knows that's not his actual voice. Like when he minimizes his voice to sound like a woman.
Well, you know, I mean, when you think about people changing their voices and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These people, you know, what they're doing is they're mimicking each other. You know, if you want to be a woman, right, you're going to talk like a woman, you're going to act like a woman. But it's also a flip side of it. What about the women who talk like men, grow beard, you know, and wear men clothing? You know what I mean? They feel that that's their best way to identify what they believe that God has ordained in them. You know, because a lot of them, even though science may have it may be some discrepancy from a scientific perspective about God made a man, and a woman, whatever, but in their mind, this is their best way of making an expression. I asked the young lady, I said, Chan, I said, so how do you have sex? She said, well, I buy dicks. If she want a 12-inch, I give her a 12-inch. She want, he said, skinny bitches, they like the biggest dick. So, you know what I'm saying? that's just how it is, But then, they able to do that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I had another theory on it, but I said this theory one time and I got in trouble. But I'll give you the closest thing I can give to it, right? Okay, so if a person is saying something or talking a certain way, you know what I'm saying? We say that's abnormal, right? And it's not normal to people, right? If a person is, say, for example, if a person has some type of deformity, right? Or some type of illness, what we call retardation or mental retardation, and they like this, we say there's some type of deformity, right? So, a lot of times, we look at certain things and we say, oh, what's wrong with that person? And we laugh at it. Oh, what's wrong with that person? But, some things, people just, God give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, you know what? That's a crazy question because I'm thinking about it. The more I think about it, it's a lot of men that disguises their voice. You see what I'm saying? So it got to be like, and then I look at...
To me, they're losing their power, and I understand trying to be submissive, but there's still power in the voice.
Yeah. But see, let's address it more in depthly, right? If you think about what I just said about the absence of the father. When I was young, I used to try my daddy towel on. I used to get a shaver, act like I'm shaving. A lot of these women that I talk to, she said, Ken, my son is trying on my shoes. He's trying on my weed. He's trying on my wig. Because without the man figure there, they walk around switching in the house. And so what happens is, if you switching and you trying on girl clothes, and this is what most people say, I always love to dress like a woman, always dress like a boy. The probability of you attracting somebody of that nature becomes increasingly more probable, right? So what that means is if a pedophile or somebody that, deals with little boys or deals with little girls or so on and so forth, like the girl Chan, she's 7 years old. In my interview, they got to go see it if you forget. She said 7 years old, her daddy girlfriend had sex with her. And I said, Chan, is it possibility because you said you got off, that's the first experience that you had with a sexual encounter that made you feel that you like, no, don't try to hit me with that bullshit. And Tyler Perry said himself, he said, when I was young, he said, I got raped. A man sucked my penis. That's what he said on Oprah Winfrey. He said, if I wasn't wise, because that's my first encounter with sex, you could mistaken that good feeling as something that is good. And if that's your first experience, then it's going to be hard for you to differentiate, when you're dealing with a woman, if you already got caught up in that. And then you start taking on these characteristics, you start believing the hype. Like, oh, I've been like this all my life. You know what I'm saying? I was born this way. But then the only thing I ask anybody, and this is not an argument, is, okay, if we are in those circumstances, how do we get to the next level? Do me and my girl produce the next person who may believe in the same thing that you believe in? Or do you guys make a baby? I never seen a man make a baby. I never seen two women impregnate each other. So, we have to look at the logic in it, but at the same time, I understand that we in a society that's sensitive to a certain thing, so I don't want to, make people think that they can't have their own choice.
Earlier you said that you had never fallen in love at all during your time.
Right.
How does that correlate to sex with you? Was sex always just part of the job, or did it ever get enjoyable for you at any point?
No, I enjoy sex like you, sis. I ain't saying I enjoy the sex. What I'm saying is this. If you got 15 girls, you got to pick certain days when you're having sex with them, right? And the sex is really not as important as the money. So we may have sex, but I'm not having sex with her in the same way you and your boyfriend will have sex, right? I'm having sex with her like, okay, this is a part of my job. And at the same time, as a man, I got certain needs too. I'm not gonna have sex with a square, you know what I'm saying? Because the square ain't giving me no money.
You ain't trying to get her off? You just worry about yourself?
No, I mean, no, we do all we had to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna try to, lay some pipe, you know what I'm saying? That's mandatory. But at the same time, it ain't like I'm just sitting there like, oh, I just love this bitch. Oh, you know what I'm saying? No.
Don't look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye.
No, don't look him in the eye. Yeah.
I want to ask you this. In 2024, is it tricking if you got it?
It's always tricking. Okay. Whether you got it or you don't got it. And I got in trouble when I said that. And I apologize to T.I., I apologize to 50. Me and 50 had the back and forth with the Pimp Curly. 50 the coldest that ever did it, man. I'm telling you, 50 is my partner, man. That man is so cold. That man called me up. He said, Ken, we gonna have some fun with this shit. We gonna go viral. And he did the Pimp Curly and I did the response to Pimp Curly. And we got a lot of views, man. It was a viral moment. And, hey man, listen, how can you trick? The only way you can trick if you got it. If you ain't got it, you can't trick.
Yeah.
You gotta have money to trick.
So is it a bad thing?
Well, no, not in today's time because, nowadays, you gotta remember, when we was young, we bought a lot of jewelry, we bought cars and clothes. So it was a different dynamic for us as players, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we was like, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna give no bitch no money, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go buy me a new dookie rope. I'm finna go buy me a new herringbone. I'm finna buy me a new Cuban link. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna give me a trunk jewelry. I'm finna give me a Rolex. I'm finna give me a bust down. But nowadays, these guys don't wear jewelry because it brings too much heat. So the way they get attention nowadays, they go in the club and throw 30,000 and everybody look at it. They don't care about the bitch. They just want to make sure that every nigga in the club is looking at them and paying attention to them. So it's like how we did, but it's the opposite. They do it to get attention. And you can see dudes be throwing their money. Have you ever seen a dude throw 30, 40,000 club and actually looked at one specific girl? No, he just throwing the money up in the air.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because he know everybody watching him. He trying to tell all them broke motherfuckers in the club, y'all broke ass nigga, I could throw this shit away, nigga. I'm having it like that.
Yeah, he in a Belly movie.
Yeah, so they really tricking like that. Now, if you buy pussy, you know what I'm saying, you 100,000% trick. If you getting head from a bitch, you're a trick. That's tricking. But nowadays, these brothers, man, I think making it rain, I think that's just some showboat shit.
Who do you respect more? The man who says, I'm going to take her out to eat, go take her on do this thing on this date, spend all this money, but I expect to have sex with her. That's my exact expectation.
I hate that shit.
Or a man who just says, hey, I'm going to skip all that. I know what I want at the end of the night. I'm going to just pay for it.
Hey, man, the best way, if you're a trick, listen, tricks, if you're the best way is just give that bitch $100. You know what I'm saying? Me, fuck that bitch. Go home to your wife or to your girlfriend and get over. That's what white men do all day. That's why white men never get caught. White men always, about 4 or 5 o'clock, they'll call. I remember because they used to call my bitches. They'll call one of them hoes and they'll book one of them hoes for $100, $200. They get their nut off. They go home and their wife think they got the perfect husband. But see, with niggas want to lay up with the bitch. He want to eat watermelon with the bitch and chicken. He want the bitch to rub his back and get a massage. And that's why niggas always get caught.
Not watermelon chicken.
Yeah, watermelon chicken, man.
God damn.
I know that's stereotypical.
White man just be like, I was at a long light.
Yeah, I was at a long light. And niggas always, even if you got a passcode on your phone, niggas always leave that phone open at some point. And when she get to go into that phone, hey man, hoes ain't got no discretion. They gonna be like, I want to suck your dick. Come on, give me some money. They trying to hustle, so they talking a whole nother language. And when your wife see that shit, your girlfriend see that, hey, there go the neighborhood. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is just go and get a bitch $100. Get $200. You can fuck all the fine hoes on Craigslist. Or you can fuck all the fine hoes on, of course you're gonna be making a donation to the pimping, but ain't no nation like a donation. We accept all donations. I know I used to be a pimp. They love the donation. You know what I'm saying? But they keep your ass out of a situation.
Did your females ever catfish somebody, like send a picture that wasn't theirs and then show up and be like, I'm gonna get this money anyway?
Hell yeah, that was the game, man. Because you don't know if the feds watching. Sometimes, a bitch is send a fake picture, you know what I'm saying? But see,
He's just horny. He just like shit.
But see, my bitches, they may send a fake picture because they don't want nobody to know, or their mama, or their uncle, or somebody to know that they hoeing. But my bitches was really fine. So you might get a picture of one bitch and you see this bitch zero fat, you know what I'm saying?
Battle
like, oh shit, and then they'll break them for more money, you know what I'm saying?
Man. So let me ask you, Pimps Up H0Es Down, in that epic HBO run back in the 90s, who was the narrator of that?
Brent Owens.
Brent Owens. What are your thoughts on the job he did? Because that was some rhyming, scheming, all up and down, and he was doing. And I don't know if that's what life he lived, or he had a script that you think a pimp wrote it for him or something. Because he was just going up and down.
What Brent did was he hung around a lot of pimping, man, and he just, that was his job. HBO paid him to go and just talk to pimps and scout pimps. So if you're around that shit all the time, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna eventually adopt the culture. And I think he just kind of acclimated himself to the game and kind of regurgitated what he was ascertaining, right? But he wasn't no hell of a motherfucker. He was a big old fat dude, man. Yeah, he wasn't shit, man. He wasn't
I can't unsee it. Now I can't.
Yeah, he wasn't shit.
Now I can't unsee it.
He was a hip square, man. That's all.
Oh shit. Now I'm curious. You mentioned Sauce Walka. Mm-hmm. Sauce Walka made money off his females just off their feet alone. Mm-hmm. When you see the technology where, and not even saying technology, but just what you call it fetishes, where men want just the feet. They want some armpit game. They might like an ear or something. Were you into that? Like, were you just, hey, you just got 3 holes and we gonna go there?
No, my hoes used to kick tricks in the nuts.
Oh.
They used to make them stick pins in their penis. That's why they call them statistic tricks. They want them to beat them down. The most money that a hoe can ever make is being a dominatrix. That's when she beat a trick with a whip and kick them. And a lot of these dudes, man, believe it or not, especially these white dudes, man, they psychotic, man. They love to be beat, kicked. They want them hoes to talk crazy to them. So a feet fetish is the least that I'd seen. I done seen all kind of shit. And my hoes would, go and order off the line these whips and stuff and all these little spikes and stuff. And they used to kick these tricks in the nuts and do all kind of crazy stuff, man. And one trick, he used to like the bitches to take the wire and squeeze and pull his teeth out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. His teeth out.
Like they gonna pull it out.
Like they gonna pull it out. Oh, yeah.
And he'd be like, stop, mommy, stop. And them bitches get $2,000-$3,000. If you a role player as a prostitute, you're gonna make way more money. That we call selling pussyality. You know what I'm saying? If you're selling real pussy, you're a flatbacker. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna burn out real soon because you're fucking too much. But if you got game and you know how to attract certain tricks, then you're gonna make way more money.
Wow. So some didn't even probably want the pussy. They just want some.
No, man. I had tricks, man. Date my bitches, right? Get them bitches $3,000-$4,000. You know what they did? Just sit there and talk.
Wow.
It's motherfuckers that got serious problems at home, man. Some of these wives and some of these girlfriends, man, hey, man, they deplorable, man. They horrible. You know what I'm saying? They cause a lot of stress on these men. They don't want to get these men sex. They want to nag. They want to argue about everything. And, a bitch, you know what I'm saying? There's a nagger. She like an airplane. She'll harbor around the airport and she just go in circles. And she's like, how you do today, honey? I'm all right. Is everything good? Yeah. Who is that bitch? You know what I'm saying? And then that's the real point. And then
land the plane.
So yeah, they land the plane. So now this nigga, man, all he want to do is go watch the Falcons game. He just want to go watch the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He want to go watch the Green Bay Packers. He don't want to hear all that shit. He want to go watch the Dallas Maverick play. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't tuck him on a whole nother train. Now they argue for 14 hours about some shit that happened 10 years ago.
Let me ask you, there's a thing.
When a trick go and he spend that money with that little young girl and she listening to him and she acting like she love him, hey man, that's the best thing in the world for him.
Let me ask you, does it, from your experience, do older tricks generally like the more younger females? Was that like the age gap was really like a thing that you?
So let me ask you a question. How old are you?
I'm 40.
And you gonna go date a bitch 40, you gonna date a bitch 20.
How she look? There's a 20 look like she's 40 and the 40 like she's 20?
I'm talking about a fine, beautiful, you know, whether
40 look like she's 20 and the 20 look like she's 40, I might go with the older because she looks like she's younger versus a 20-year-old who just
let herself go. You gonna have more fun with the younger bitch. And she gonna make you feel.
Her mind, because I'm like, if her body looks.
But see, the older a woman is, the more mature she is. So if you 40, she actually 47. Women mature 7 times faster than men.
Very true.
So you know what I mean. You got to look at it from that perspective. You know, a man should always have a woman at least 7 years, you know, younger than him or younger. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's where you get your true masculinity from. Because she's going to look up to you. But if a woman your age, she's going to challenge you. Y'all going to be having arguments about bullshit.
Let her be older than you,
Yeah, because she's actually older than you. She's 7 years mature. So, you know what I mean? That's why it's so important to, you know, deal. You know, like when I deal with people, I like women, I like to deal with younger women because I could tell them about, you know, Martin Luther King. I could tell them about, you know, Egypt. I could tell them about different things, and they're more curious and they're more attentive. You know what I'm saying? But if you talk to an older woman, they so preoccupied and they don't really want to talk because they feel like they already learned that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is not cool for a man. A man have to be a ruler. A man have to be a boss.
Do you prefer when you were recruiting? Did you like an educated woman who was maybe more smart out here in the streets, or did you like them kind of dumb, stupid, bimbo?
Well, you know, the dumber they were, the better. And the reason why, because I'm finna educate them now. See, if she ain't got nothing in her, I'm gonna put something in her. Yeah. So by the time she get through fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna raise her skirt. I'm gonna raise her intelligence. You know what I'm saying? But if she know everything, we're gonna be clashing. You see what I'm saying? So I prefer them young, fine, and qualified. They really want to be on the pimp side. You know what I'm saying? Then I could teach them, you know, how to break a trick, how to run a trick up, you know what I'm saying? How to manipulate, how to finesse the game. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people, you know, they think they know something. You try to teach them. See, I'm gonna tell you an old trick that my daddy said. He said, son, he said, you can't pour wine in old skin. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll burst. He said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can teach a new dog old tricks. See what I'm saying? And that's the philosophy that, so I get a new dog, and I'm not referring to women as dog, but I get somebody new, and I teach them some of the tricks and trades that some of the older hoes know. So now they the same caliber of the older hoes because they got the game.
Mm-hmm. Why can't you turn a hoe into a housewife? Or can you?
Would you want to turn a hoe into a housewife? So she's sucking everybody's dick, she fucking everybody. That's you want that to be your wife? She don't even want to be your wife. She like what she doing. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't gonna never respect you because the deal that you made was on some pimping. Now you talking about, hey, I want to be your wife. That's counterproductive. You see what I'm saying? So no, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You shouldn't even want to turn a hoe into a housewife. If you want a wife, then you go get your wife. If you want a hoe, then you got to be a pimp.
Can a female run out of mileage on her, you know, with her goodies? Like,
well, you know, I had a saying.
You got to reset that engine sometime.
Yeah, well, in my book, I said, once a bitch get 24, ain't no threads left from them Goodyear tires no more. You know what I'm saying?
I can't replace them or nothing.
Yeah, but you know, that's not really true because I know some veteran bitches. Hey, man, I had this one bitch and my son, Supreme, he know what I'm talking about. You know, that bitch was getting 40s and 50s and 20s, thousands, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a you know, what the pimp say, I'd rather have a turnout than a burnout. That's just some pimp shit, nigga just talking. But you know what I'm saying? If a veteran bitch came through and she came correct and she was in pocket, I'm pretty sure it's not a pimp on the planet that turned that bitch down.
I ain't gonna lie, something sexy about Eartha Kitt, man, that was, you know, something was sexy about Eartha Kitt in her old age. I'm like, yeah, she seemed like she...
I think you just like older women, man.
No. I like them all. No, I like them all. You just shit, young, old. I'm a visual guy.
But you know, sometimes shit can be psychological. You keep talking about it, and it's just in your head.
Yeah, maybe that's my fetish. I ain't never really tapped into the old law yet. Yeah, maybe I want to tip my toe into the.
Hey, you like them old. I don't like nothing old but a bankroll. You know what I'm talking about? I like them young, fine, and qualified that want to be on the pimp side.
Come on now.
You know, but my niggas say I take them 18 to 80. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as they ain't blind, crippled, or crazy. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, man, tell them, hey. So I got to ask you about the ism, man, because there's, tell us about, you know, there's a lot of guys who came into the game and some of them got that ism, some of them don't. And we watch No Jumper. We watch We watch these shows and these podcasts where these young look like TikTok pimps, I guess. Feel like they're really doing it because they on the internet with it and they feel like they got mind control over Debo and stuff.
Well, it's a reason why you tell a bitch to hold her head down. You know, it's a reason why you serve a pimp when you're knocking for his hoe. You know, it's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, you don't fuck a bitch when you first meet her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, I mean, you know, you don't have a square bitch and a hustling bitch at the same time. So when these niggas come to the game, pimping, they be on all that sucker shit. You know, they bitches be out of pocket. You see what I'm saying? They bitches be talking to other bitches. They bitches be talking to pimp, and they don't have the game. And those what we call simps, because mispimping ain't no pimping at all. You must know the rules of the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you cannot fuck with a bitch and she don't sock it to your pocket. That's just because that fucks up the whole thing. Because if I let a bitch come and I fuck the bitch on the first date and she ain't gave me no money, guess what? In her mind, she gonna be like, he fucking everybody else and he doing the same thing. And then that bitch that I let get in my household without breaking herself, guess what she gonna say? She gonna say, all pimps are like Ken. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you can be with a pimp and you don't have to pay him. And that's why niggas got rules and regulations to the game, because they don't want none of that shit to be, you know, misconstrued.
So let me ask you, as far as when you see, you know, pimps being exploited, you know, they got the feather in the hat, they got the linen suit. I think there's this pimp out now called the Purple Pimp. He just be walking around. It's purple. You know, it's
man, those ain't pimps, man.
Yeah, I'm like, but I guess the question is, as far as the outfit, the get up, is that a big part of it?
Because let me tell you the secret. Before the exploitation of black people in the 70s with Dynamite, Superfly, the Mac, before that shit, the word pimp in the early 1800s and 1900s means debonair, mean gentleman. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that.
Once black folks start calling themselves pimps, then they start demonizing, discredit, and trying to destroy it. But you got to remember, black folks did not start brothels. If you go watch any of the cowboy movies, they was pimping back then. But you know, it wasn't a black man face. You know, even you look at Vegas, you go to Nevada, they pimping like a motherfucker. They got a bunch of whole houses, but they don't call. But when the black man get it, then it's a negative thing. But if you go back and you study the early history, the etymology of the word pimp, it had all positive connotations.
So, and they say, you know, prostitution is the oldest profession in the game. That mean, is a pimp the oldest profession as well? Because I'm assuming with prostitution, there had to be someone controlling, whether woman, man, like.
No, that's not.
The pimps are,
that's
you know, when I say pimp, I mean, of course, the man who is sending a woman out and structuring the business.
No, that's a misconception.
Okay, please.
Where did you spend your first 9 months at?
In a womb.
In a womb.
Yeah.
We all came from a womb. We all want to get back in that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that when you think about it from that perspective, men have always, even in the animal kingdom, you see them going crazy. Men have always wanted the vagina. The vagina is king. The vagina is the power of all powers. There's nothing more powerful than that vagina. That's how pimps make their money. So women, you know, even in the Bible, they wouldn't call prostitutes, they was called concubines. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and a lot of them, and whorelots, a lot of them women in the Bible were considered like King Solomon's wives. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but eventually, you know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody must have got smart and said, I'm hungry and I need to eat. Let me charge for this power that I have. Now slavery, right? This is what slavery, how the black man get into Americanized pimping, right? So in slavery, you know, the slave masters used to rape our women. That's why you got so many light-skinned children during slavery, right? So they always raped them, but when they would take them out of the slave house and take them into the big house, you know what I'm saying, they would give them a pork chop. And even though I was married to this lady, this is my wife, I couldn't do nothing about it because I was property, I was chattel slavery, the slave master owned me. So what the brothers would do back then, they said, next time you go and you go with master, make sure you ask for 2 pork chops. And that's when the system of manipulation begins. So when you see them brothers back in the early 20s driving them horses and carriages, those they weren't chauffeurs, they were pimps. You know what I'm saying? So they started using that system manipulation, and they started selling the woman because the white man have always loved the black woman. That's why you see deployed of them trying to take our sisters now. That's why you see every time you see Tyler Perry put a movie out, it's an interracial relationship. Every time Hollywood puts something, it's an interracial relationship because first of all, they had to move the black man out the family through welfare and affirmative action and all these other tactics that they use. And now our black women is single and they in the household by themselves. You see a lot of white men loving black women all of a sudden. You know, you got to look at the game and all this shit, man.
There was a movie a few years ago titled Pimp, where Keke Palmer depicted a female pimp. The whole idea was that, her father was a pimp, her mama was a hoe, she learned the game, so on and so forth. Do you believe in reality that there can be and is a such thing as a female pimp?
That's bullshit. You want me to tell you why it's bullshit?
I would love for you to tell me.
Because have you ever seen a female actor? Have you ever seen a female host? Have you ever seen a female waiter? You seen a female waitress? You seen a female hostess? You seen a female, side of that side. So I could say she could be a pimptress, but she could never wear the title of pimp. You know what I'm saying? Because it's masculine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pimptress is the feminine perspective, just like an actress is the opposite polar counterpart to actor. So that's the reason why. Can a woman break on a hoe? Hell yeah. They do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Can a woman get money from a bitch and have 7, 8 bitches? Yeah. But in the pimp world, do we call her a pimp? No. We don't call her a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And somebody say madam, you know what I'm saying? That may be more appropriate, but she's not a pimp. Because in order to be a pimp, you got to have a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, a hoe got to have a pimp. So ain't no woman, even let's use grammar. Grammatically it's wrong. You can't, it doesn't match up grammatically. Like I said, just like you can't say, Oprah Winfrey is a great actor. So-and-so is the greatest waiter ever. No, she's a waitress.
All right, let's, real quick, I want to touch on something that you mentioned earlier as far as you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And you also mentioned like human trafficking and things like that. Now, these don't go one and the same, but what are your thoughts on like the passport bros who go overseas to find a woman and those might be women who walk in the street?
Like the Philippine bitches?
Yeah, and they might try to bring them back to America and make them a wife, but they had to go over there to find them, and they might be walking the street.
But see, that's not really hoeing. You know what I'm saying? Those are opportunities. Those are gold diggers. A hoe is somebody that go and break tricks 24/7 every day. She go out that door with the sole purpose of catching a trick. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to catch an opportunity. So these people, it's a difference. It's a big, see, you got to remember, when you think about Hollywood, you think about all this pimp shit, it's certain rules and regulations, gang. So it's not many people that lived in my world. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I could tell you, if I raise you as a pimp, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to be talking to my son, Supreme, in a minute. If I raise you as a pimp, you know what I'm saying? I gave you the game. You know what I'm saying? It's certain characteristics that you're going to have. It's certain things that you ain't going to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain attributes that you're going to pick up. Now, once you stop pimping and you go back to civilian life, you know what I'm saying? Things might change a little bit. Like I always tell somebody asked me, when did I really start having love? So when my daughter Kiki was born, I didn't have no kid till I was 31. So when she was born, I fell in love with my daughter. And that's when I first experienced love. Because remember, I was tripping on my mama. Of course, I love my brothers and sisters, my pops. But I'm talking about, just a love like where this is mine. Then my other kids was born. Then I start having more love. So I don't feel the same way I felt as a pimp. Now I understand what love is. I look at it different. But when people ask me from a pimp perspective, no, it's no way. It's impossible for me to fall into that category because I'm gonna fuck up the money.
You have a son here. You just mentioned you had a daughter. Do you depict the game differently to your daughter?
No, I tell my daughters, listen, hey, don't get no nigga no coochie until at least 2 to 3 months. I said, make a nigga wait You know what I'm saying? I break, just like I break down the game to my son, me and Kiki had some of the craziest conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I tell her everything. See, what Steve Harvey said, act like a woman, think like a man.
Yeah.
That's how I raise my daughters. Act like a woman, think like a man. They got all the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to be really smooth. You know what I'm saying? My daughters be in very, very few domestic violence situations because I teach them the game. I show them red flags. I show them how to move around. I show them, with this. Not that I'm trying to block the game, but, if somebody that I pimped on, if your daddy would have blocked, I would have never sold your pussy. You know what I'm saying? If you'd had somebody there to give you the game, you're like, oh, I'm not going to give my money to Pimpin Ken. So my daughter's just fortunate enough to have a daddy that was there to lace them up. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just how that go.
When you walk in a room and you see like women and you don't know them, can you like immediately tell if they could be pimped or not? Like,
it's not a woman on the planet that can't be pimped. She just got to be around a pimp. Now, say for instance, if let me give you an example. Say for instance, if Cat Williams was a pimp, which he was. He said he was a pimp. So if he was a pimp and he wanted to pimp you, then he could mash on you. Say, for instance, if Denzel Washington was a pimp and you was a fan of his, and he said, hey, look here, baby, I know I'm the biggest guy, but I want you to sell some pussy right quick because, on my, like, what's his name?
It may not be that direct, but he gonna slowly get you.
Yeah, but finesse 2 times. He always like, man, if this motherfucker rap shit, I would get back to pimping. Because finesse 2 times probably had a bitch or two or probably know the game, right? So any nigga that got a bitch mind, and I'm gonna give you an example, a better example. How many niggas you ain't gotta say their name because we ain't trying to get nobody indicted. How many niggas that sell work, right? That have a bitch, move a key or two. Hey, bitch, put this key in your house. Put this dope in your house. This bitch is facing way more time than a prostitute. She can get life in prison. They got guns and money, all kind of shit in the house. But because he got her mind, what? She's holding that dope, she holding that gun. Now, if that nigga was the same nigga that this bitch got all this love for, taking all these penitentiary, these felony chances for, if he's to say, bitch, I want you to go sell some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you believe how me? I done turned out accountants. I done turned out all kind of bitches, man. All bitches for all, man. Hey, man, the Dominican bitch, I would tell you, she was a waitress. I met her at a waitress in Milwaukee years ago. She was a doing a waitress shit. I got in her ear and I had my mink on. I was looking good. She said, "What you do?" I said, "I fish salmons and catch coconuts." You know what I'm saying? She said, "What is that?" I said, "If you come fuck with me, I'm gonna introduce you to it." You know what I'm saying? So we started kicking it and I wine and dine her and shit like that. Then I explained it to her. I said, "Look here, man." I said, "You getting penny ante money." I said, "Let me show you how to get some real money." So I had one of my partners, an old man, may he rest in peace. My old man, my guy Jim, I gave him $500. I said, "Man, date this bitch, man." You know what I'm saying? Man, this a bad motherfucker Dominican bitch. I need to sell this whole pussy, man. You know what I'm saying? This bitch like me. Jim gave her $500. She was turned out. Hey, we get some more of that? Sure. Now, this woman was a waitress. I had a lady that was an accountant. I ain't gonna say her name either. But, we kicking in this shit. I'm there with her cousin. And I'm at a party, and I got a suit on, and she said, "Oh, he handsome, he fine." So her cousin said, "Girl, that's Pimpin Ken." She said, I ain't starting that. She thinks she's gonna get some wood. She thinks it's all about that. I flipped it like IHOP. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she was down. She was getting money. I didn't put her on the blade. I put her in a strip club, and I put her on escort service. And you know what I'm saying? Got money for a long time. And this bitch had a real fucking degree in accounting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I could just go on, man. My partner, I can't get too deep.
What I would say is, I would say a waitress might be easy because they're already in the service industry and they work for tips.
I can get a lawyer. I can get a doctor. Man, once I get in the bitch head, it's over with, my dude. That's how cold the pimp game is. If a pimp get in your head, it's a rap.com. That's why so many bitches don't give a fuck how crazy or how wild they scared of pimps because they know they can look at that pimp eye, they know this nigga gonna get me.
Do you like a challenge?
Huh?
Do you like a challenge or you like it easy?
I love a challenge, man. Listen, man, I love a bitch to say that she can't be. Remember Pimps Up H0Es?
Would you tell you can't be?
You remember Pimps Up H0Es down?
Yeah.
Remember the girl? There was a female pimp. What was her name? Lex or something?
I forget, but I remember her face.
Okay, so Lex was in there. Remember the girl that she was with? The Alizé bitch?
I'm gonna have to go back to it, but...
Okay, so Alizé was my bitch.
Oh, I remember Alizé.
So Alizé went back to Dykin, right? And you know, the other ladies in there, they was like, bitch, you can't get, you know, a man, woo-woo, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Come on back home, right? But this is how this happened. I met her at a place called, I forget, what's that strip club in Milwaukee over there on 36? But anyway, fuck the club name. So I'm in the club, I walk in there, she a dyke. She like, I don't fuck with no niggas, get out of here with that pimp shit. Man, at that point, I was laser beam focused on that. I said, I'm a pimp on this bitch right here.
Oh, shit.
So I would sweat her every day. And she would run from me all through the club, and she would keep running. Hey, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bitch, let your motherfucking next boo be your best boo. I know you're unhappy, bitch. You need a real pappy, right? Yeah. I'm sweating this bitch like, I'm talking about like a mad Russian. I'm determined like a motherfucking German on this hoe. Yeah. So I goes to Indianapolis. Guess who I see? Alizé, fine motherfucking ass.
Damn.
And when I looked at it, bitch looked at me, she got to acting gang goofy. Now, every other club she worked, she had a bald head. This time she had extensions. She had whatever they call weed. Yeah. So I said, yeah, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying, man? She said, what's happening? And woo-woo. And she just got to smiling. I said, oh, this is unusual. You know what I'm saying? But I sweated her so hard at the club that eventually she ended up being with me. She was with me for about 2 years. But the other hoes would tease her because they knew she was formerly in that other lifestyle. Yeah. And that's what ran out. Me and her never had a problem. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? All that shit about her being a dyke, man, that shit went out the window. So you know what I'm saying? And I it was 2 dykes. That's always, in my pimp career, that's something I always want to do, is I want to get 2 dyke bitches. Not studs, but the dyke bitches, the feminine. And I turned out 2 dykes. And I think, you know what I'm saying, that and pimping bitches overseas. You know what I'm saying? I had a bitch from Italy and a bitch from Canada, you know, and that was those, and I had a bitch go to Europe one time. So, you know, those were the 2 highlights of my career. That's something I wanted to do. And once I did that, man, I considered myself as being, you know, the creme de la creme of the ism.
Did you ever see Snowfall, the last season? Did you ever watch that?
No, but Rick Ross, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, but I'm doing a movie on Rick Ross, you know.
Shout out Rick Ross. He was on the platform.
Yeah, he's been on his platform. I was going to ask you a question about that. Because there was I'll just say this was like a pimp in there, and they painted him very, very bad. And I was trying to say, why do you think, what's the difference of, have you ever met a bad pimp, like a pimp that was like, they put, you know, like, man, this is just not a good person?
Well, you know, it's some Magilla gorilla pimps, you know, some gorilla pimps. We don't fuck with them. You know, real pimps always team up to knock them for all their hoes. You know, we don't like gorillas, you know. I don't like pimps that mess with underage bitches. You know, we be like, man, get off the track with these puppies, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't put puppies on the track. We don't put young girls on the blade. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And, you know, I don't like people, man, that go and talk behind people's back all the time. Or, you know, there's just a lot of things that, you know, you don't like. But I think what happens is, you know, I think Hollywood has given us this depiction of the pimping. But y'all don't know about the pimps that wear the Armani suits. Y'all don't know about the pimps that wear nothing but Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton. Y'all don't know nothing about the pimps that play golf. You know what I'm saying? They live in high rises like this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know about those pimps. It's a whole class of pimps that don't have nothing to do with the track, don't have nothing to do with this clown shit, you know what I'm saying, that y'all see on TV. That's just clown shit. It's some real ball. You ain't gonna never see no real pimp with motherfucking fishes, goldfish in the bottom of his shoes like a Huggy Bear. That you gonna never see. Ain't no Huggy Bear pimps around. But then you got other guys who grew up watching that shit, and that's their definition of a pimp. So they try to, you know, mimic what they see on TV, which that ain't no pimping at all. But the real pimps, you know, like if y'all remember me, when y'all look at me on Pimps Up H0Es, you see I had the $100,000 Rolex on, I had rings and shit that was worth hundreds of thousands. I must be getting some real money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had a Versace suit with 24 karat gold buttons. It's on Pimps Up H0Es. Now I can't make this shit up. That mink was custom, black and white. You know, I might have had $200,000-$300,000 on just in shit.
Let me ask you, who was your top money maker when it comes to nationality? Was it the white girl?
Well, I had a bitch, I can't say her name, but she had a master's degree. Ooh. And she was the coldest motherfucker she was black and white. Her daddy was black. Her daddy was black and her mama was white, but that bitch, Man, my son, know who I'm talking about. That bitch is bad. Hey, that bitch is there.
So not only did she look the part, she was the part.
She looked like she was white, black and Asian, not black and white.
God,
you know what I'm saying? She was very intelligent. She was a hustler, and she just knew how to take to this game like fish take to a water. And then I had a white girl that gave me money. But then, but my top girl of all times, that really stayed and paid was a black girl. You know what I mean? And she really made me,
that's considered the bottom.
That's my bottom girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She created the mystique because she wanted the other hoes. You know what I'm saying? She wanted the minks. She wanted the diamonds. She enjoyed the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And by the time everybody else got to me, I was made, right? So I'm already made. I'm already Pimpin Ken. So I couldn't enjoy what I enjoyed with this one person who was down with me for 8 years. And we was able to get money. And she seen me go from, this little gangster nigga from Milwaukee to, this international pimp.
So what are your thoughts about the Blade now, like Harry Hines?
Man, that shit live in the motherfucker. I was just on Figaro. I went to California, went to Figaro. Me and Supreme went to International. We just ride on the Blade and just sit, cause we was down there interviewing Fillmore Slim, which will be coming out on my View from the Gang podcast. So we interviewing him. So we said, let's just go to the Blade. Then I went to Harry Hines, man. I'm like, man, where was these bitches at when we was out here?
Mind you, they changed the law to where females who's on the Blade, the laws don't pull them over no more. They're able to go out there thong on with heels and just walk up and down, and laws will not fuck with them.
But let me
fuck with the Johns.
Let me say this to the young brothers, right? You got to remember, human trafficking is real, right? Sometimes, man, you got to understand when you're in the mix, right? Because see, if they allow these hoes to be out here and these pimps is getting comfortable and thinking, oh man, it's pimping is legal. You got to believe that, man, just like a nigga selling drugs, they let niggas wear jewelry and all that shit and bought all these cars, and then they swoop down on them. So what I'm saying is, man, don't get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Always pimp like you on trial. Pimp like, you being investigated so you could have a defense. You know what I'm saying? If your defense is I'm on the Blade every night and I'm not a pimp, I'm on the Blade every night and I'm riding Benzes and Cadillacs, I'm on the Blade every night and hoes are jumping out of my car, good luck with that.
A clip of Eddie Murphy right now is going viral of him back in the 90s talking about how his wife and kids left the house. He woke up at 4 a.m. and wanted to go find a book to read and end up picking up a transvestite. And he felt sorry for the transvestite, so he wanted to give the transvestite a ride home because the transvestite was crying, on a wall. He told that story to the media, and they clapped. And this shit's going viral right now. Do you believe Eddie Murphy was going to find a book to read at 4 a.m. with his wife gone out overseas? Man, I mean, just from your experience.
Eddie Murphy, that's bullshit. I fuck with Eddie Murphy. I watch all this movie, man, but man, you don't accidentally pick up a transvestite. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening, man. You know what I'm saying? It did, first of all, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right around.
You know what I'm saying? All the money he got, man, why would you be on the strip picking up a transvestite, whatever you call it? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe the shit. I think it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with Eddie Murphy, but to me, that's some straight bullshit, man. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? If I pick up, if I see a man, he dressed like a woman, and I see him, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he said he was trying to be a good Samaritan.
But suppose he could be a robber. He might not be a real transvestite. I mean, he could be setting you up. A lot of dudes dress like women and they put makeup on and all that stuff, and they robbing these tricks out here. Because I remember, we had a situation like that on the Blade one time where they was robbing these, we had these dudes who was dressing like women, but they were really armed robbers. You know what I'm saying? And then, you don't pick up, I wouldn't even pick up a little kid, man. I mean, shit, you don't pick up nobody and you a superstar. Eddie Murphy, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. For real though. If it's true, hey man, power to you, Eddie Murphy. But I'm just saying, man, that shit don't sound right, man. That's not a good. He should have said something else.
So what do you do in a scenario if you send a woman out, right, and then the trick robs her? What do you do? What's your retaliation?
Well, when a bitch chews up on a pimp, all she got is our game, right? So I tell a bitch, hey bitch, put a razor up under your tongue, put a razor in your wig. If a trick get out of pocket, cut him right by his eyes so the blood can drip in his eyes and it's gonna blind him. And then, you know what I'm saying, kick him in his nuts, grab your money, get up out of there. So if a bitch got robbed, she probably done went out of the radius of the blade. She probably in the wrong area. You know what I'm saying? She's doing something that she don't have no business doing. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got condoms. If you try to rob my bitch, you must know that money gonna be, them hundreds gonna be in that condom and stuffed up in her pussy. You know what I'm saying? If she got all her money out, then she's a rookie bitch. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no game, and the pimp ain't giving her no game. You know what I'm saying? So he's mispimping. So, only thing I can give a bitch is some game. I ain't finna turn a date with no hoe. I ain't finna jack no trick dick off. I ain't finna do none of that. So I have to be able to give that bitch enough instructions. You know what I'm saying? So she can bring back those productions. If the bitch get raped or whatever, or something like that, hey, look here, bitch. Here's the scenario, bitch. Either you can get out the game right now, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We can hang this shit up right now, or do you want to stay down? Because, bitch, you know what I'm saying? This come with the job. You know what I'm saying? Police, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Go out there. He might say 10 motherfuckers, but one motherfucker might shoot him. That's his job. A fireman might go in the house and that motherfucker, beam might fall out. He might get burnt. But, that's the job. I mean, that's the way I did it back in the day.
They had like the situation with Ted Bundy picking up women. Jeffrey Dahmer, of course, he was on the men's side, but there's been a situation that was recently going on where there was a serial killer where some girls that was on the stroll was getting murdered. Then did you ever? Man,
you know too much, man.
I know some shit. I know some shit.
You pimping, man, or what?
I just know some shit. I just know. Hey, I'm in the news.
Hey, let me find out.
I be reading the news. Did you ever have a situation where you was worried about a serial killer out there getting to it?
Bro, I swear to God on everything I love, I used to pray every night that them girls made it home. Man, I was so scared. All the years I was pimping, especially on the track. That's why people say, man, Ken, on the carpet, you got the bitches at the club. I felt more comfortable because, you got to remember, you got somebody's child, somebody's sister or something, man, and it's always a fear, because, like if they don't call me by 8 o'clock, I'm hoping to get the phone call for you. I mean, please, somebody come and serve me about this bitch, man. Because I don't want. I'm calling the hospital. I'm calling jails. I'm calling everything. And then when they finally call, it's like a relief. You don't let them know, but you're like, damn, they didn't kill her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get beat down. And that's a fear, man. And any pimp that say he don't have that fear, he's lying.
Nah, that's real because it could be any car, any John. So let's go and do it. Let's go and talk about the scenario. Bubba Luciano came on the couch.
Okay.
He spoke on a situation, a video, as we were speaking on the late great Pimp C. And he said, man, Pimpin Ken can tell you more about that. That's his scenario. Now, mind you, of course, we did our research. We watched some interviews. We learned what we need to learn. And I don't think we want to hide any names today. Well, actually, let's do it like this. You said that you were over to Pimp C's house. And again, rest in peace to the late, great Pimp C. You were there to show him some music, show him some stuff. And he showed you a sex tape that would probably break the internet in today's world.
Right.
I know you don't like saying what you saw, what it was.
I give y'all more hint than I ever gave anybody else. Whoever the bitch was, she done fucked several rappers from Houston. Okay, let's leave it that right there. Second of all, whoever she is, when she was getting banged, she liked to scream a lot. You know what I'm saying? And she was screaming a lot. She was into
scream or sing. What was
like? Oh, fuck the shit out of me. It was like. She fucked like she sing. And she's a big time R&B bitch. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of big time R&B bitches back then. I ain't gonna call them bitches, women. You had Mary J. Blige, you had Beyonce, you had Jennifer Lopez. It was a lot of, people that was successful back then. So what I'm saying to you, you could just look at, anybody that didn't fuck this bitch before, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know that she liked to scream and make a lot of noise, then y'all know who I'm talking about. Anybody that, that's in Houston that knew it was a bitch going around Houston fucking a lot of rappers and shit, then you know who I'm talking about. But because Pimp C never told y'all, I would be out of pocket, you know what I'm saying, to say who it is. Now, the dude that she was fucking, he was a multi-millionaire. We all know him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was a mogul, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and for the record, it's not Jay-Z. I just leave it at that.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
I'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Let me ask you this, because you've seen what happened with what's her name? What's Ray J's chick's name?
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, damn, I threw Ray J. Kim Kardashian. You seen what happened with that? And again, if Chad was alive today, and let's say that was a thing, how explosive would that video be? You feel? In today's time.
The video that Pimp C had?
Yes.
Man, shit. Hey, man, this woman here is 10 times more famous than Kim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, it'd be a lot of simping going on because a lot of niggas who think they all clever be really hurt.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'd be really hurt to know that, what they call a wife ain't nothing but a thought, that hoe over there, you know what I'm saying? So, and if I would have had it, I would anonymously put it out because I would have made trillions of dollars.
Yeah, but I say, how much money you feel?
I think you'd have made trillions because, whoever this person is, they do well just on music. So if somebody can see her behind butt naked ass, you know what I'm saying? I think they'd be, because probably a lot of people already got a fantasy about this chick.
And I don't want to just start hinting too much, but you said R&B singer. It was, and just I ain't gonna go deep, but is this person in movies as well? Have they made movies?
Yeah, they have made movies.
Okay.
I've seen them in a couple movies.
That narrows it down just a little bit,
But Mary J. Blige was in it.
Yeah, a lot of people
Jennifer Lopez was in movies. Halle Berry was in movies. Beyonce was in movies. A lot of people been in movies.
Hello. Okay. Any of them perform at Super Bowl? Let's not even go on.
So Whitney Houston performed at the Super Bowl. Mary J. Blige performed at the Super Bowl.
Beyonce, J-Lo.
J-Lo performed at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Hey, all I can tell you is that whoever the female is, we all, at some point had a fantasy about her fine ass. She's a fine motherfucker, I can tell you that.
And it's crazy because it's funny at the time of when you see something like that, you never know what people are going to turn out to be in life. They might be like, they a little hot right now. Whatever the fuck. And then...
They was hot then.
Yeah, I'm about to say they hot then, but when you look
they may be a little hotter now.
Yeah, a decade later, 2 decades later, you're like, God damn.
Hey, they stayed on fire.
Can someone escape their past, you feel? Or those skeletons will always come out to haunt them?
Well, fortunately for them, and for him, that it would never come out. I would think the dude would probably love for it to come out because it would help him, and
men always like that.
It would help him in his career. But the lady, I think it would be embarrassing, for her to, have that out there at the rate and the status she is now. But, I seen the video because I showed Pimp C Pimpology, which was a movie that I had, and Pimp C was like, man, let me show you something. You know what I'm saying?
I can hear his voice right now.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, man, and at the time, this person wasn't the person that they is now, so it wasn't as shocking, but it was shocking. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think that the Kim Kardashian shit has started yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a leaking sex tapes out there. It was just a weird situation, and it was in a studio. And, Pimp caught the right moment. You know what I'm saying? He caught the right moment.
Is Pimp in the video or is it somebody?
Pimp ain't in the video. Pimp now recording it.
Yeah, it's some other shit going on. Okay,
you got to remember, you know what I'm saying? Pimp been in a lot of rooms. You know what I'm saying? He's been in a lot of rooms. And,
he's seen a lot of shit.
He's a super duper producer. He produced for a few people and a few, some of these, back. I mean,
listen.
But then to that young girl credit that she was at the time, I mean, I think she was just fanatical. I think, it was a lot of niggas having money and a lot of niggas celebrity. I think she was just, doing what any young lady would do. She was being a groupie, probably just getting her rocks off, but I don't think it was a immature thing. If I told you who the man was and you look at how young the girl was, I think she would have did it anyway because the guy that she was having sex with was the man at the time.
Oh man, we're gonna let y'all Scooby-Doo fans Scooby-Doo this motherfucker. Y'all go to work. But I do have to ask you, when it comes to from you being a pimp, having females and knowing what Johns are and knowing how the extremes they'll go to get their rocks off. What was your thoughts when you seen Diddy's lawsuit with Cassie of Diddy? The things that were being brought out about Diddy, because he has unlimited money, and the things that she was saying that she was depraved to do for him.
But see, that Diddy thing fucked me up because Diddy and I did business before. I don't know, remember Loon?
Yeah.
So me and Loon sold over $1 million worth of records. Diddy called me and said, so what's up, nigga?
Loon had you
on his album.
Oh yeah.
So Diddy called me like, what's up, nigga? You know what I'm saying? What's happening, Pimpin? I said, what's up, Diddy? I'm this is P. Diddy. Hey, Diddy. So I'm talking to him. He was like, so who is your publishing company, right? He doing business.
Yeah, he's trying to do the business.
Yeah, he's trying to do business. He said, so what we got to do to make this shit official? Because I'm trying to get this album out. I said, man, I want Loon to come to my party. You know what I'm saying? And I want him to perform. He said, say nothing else. And then Diddy did it for me. Then he called me back. You know what I'm saying? About a month or two, about a year later, he said, say, man, I'm throwing a party with Jermaine Dupri in Atlanta. I want you to come. He said, I'm going to fly you in. I'm going to get you a room. He said, and you're going to be in my VIP exclusively. He flew me in, got me a room right next to the Lenox Mall. I go to the party. It's just me, P. Diddy, and my man Paper Chase, may rest in peace. It's just us three. And Jermaine was on the other side, and they were doing this love back and forth thing. And I never seen nothing funny like all this homosexual stuff, man. Diddy acted like a ghetto, straight up player. I ain't never seen that homosexual shit. All this shit is like that.
Did he dap you up or did he hug you?
Nah, he was a player, man. He's a street nigga.
Yeah, a player recognize a player.
But I'm saying, man, Diddy to me, and then he got in my movie from the ghetto. From the time that he called me to the time, because I'm a street nigga. So from the time he called me to the time, I did not see none of that shit. It's like, I'm almost in disbelief because I'm like, man, I can't see Diddy being a homosexual. I can't see Diddy, doing a lot of shit that he do. But, hey, man, everybody got skeletons. So, I don't know what a man do when he walk away from me. But my personal experience with Diddy was some player shit. The man called me. He didn't try to take my publishing. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a free concert. I made hundreds of thousands off that concert. Bun B was there. Trillville, they'll tell you, man. David Banner, all of them came for free, man. It was a big party in Milwaukee, man. And them niggas, then after the party we did, Diddy came to a celebrity basketball game we was doing. And he got in my movie Ghetto Streets and Second Street for free.
On,
so,
shout out Diddy, man. Goddamn, man.
Yeah. So
Daddy.
that's my experience with Diddy.
Shout out that nigga.
That's just like with 50 Cent. My experience with 50 Cent, man, 50, you know what I'm saying? When I first met him, he took me on tour with him. You know what I'm saying? We went to Jackson, Mississippi. Master P, all them was with us. You know what I'm saying? We did the tour. Then he gave me money to come to California, to come to the mansion, get in the PIMP video. Then he gave me the shoes. He signed the shoes to all my kids. And he called me. He would talk to me. Every time I called him, he picked up. He let me get on his podcast. This is 50. You know what I'm saying? So all that bully shit nigga was talking about, I didn't see that in 50. 50 was a player. You know what I'm saying? He's a player, like a real boss player type nigga. You know what I'm saying? He a cold nigga.
So, it brings up, and I don't want to say TD Jakes' name, but with TD Jakes being in the arena of all this, I got to ask, when you were in your height of, the gang, how many of those men were men of the cloth, men of the church?
Men?
That were Johns coming to?
Man, probably about a good 30%.
Oh, shit.
But you got to remember, man, just because a man put on a cloth, and a man put on a collar, that don't make him godly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Any man can get up and talk. You know what I'm saying? The mouth can fix itself to say anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, life is about principles, and you got to establish principles, live accordingly. You know, a lot of these men, you know what I'm saying, they've been raped too. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are suffering from homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? They grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they might have been homosexual before they was a preacher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so a lot of times, you know, they wrestling with, you know, am I a homosexual or am I a preacher? So, you know, they got trauma too. You know, everybody got trauma. You know what I mean? They just because they're a preacher don't mean that they are immune from the day-to-day activities that we go through. You know what I'm saying? You got trauma. You don't even know it. You might have seen your homeboy got shot. That shit is in your head. Right. You might have seen, you know, one of your girls might have left you for one of your best friends. That shit is in your head. That shit never leave. You know, so everybody, then TD Jakes, you know, I used to go to the Potter House all the time, so I fucks with TD Jakes.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I fucks with TD Jakes.
Let me ask you about your movie roles, because you got some stuff coming up.
Right.
You didn't dabble, you know, of course, audio-wise, you know, you already kind of run the game, but who are some people that you've dabbled with that hasn't come out yet, or even that's already out, that you might have dabbled in the movie role? But I know you mentioned Rick Ross just a little earlier.
Okay, so I was approached by this company called Simon & Schuster, and they're they're a publishing company owned by CBS. They asked me to do a book many years ago. I agreed to do it. That book was called The 48 Laws of Game Pimpology.
Very good book.
The book sold millions and millions of copies, did really, really extremely well. You can just go look at some of the reviews. So after a while, you know, I developed relationships, so I would call just to find out how many printed. So by the time I called, it was in the 22nd printing. That means that it get print. Usually, most books only last 3 printings. Mine's at like probably not at the 40th printing. You know, it just keeps selling. It keeps selling. So I developed a relationship with a guy by the name of Jeremy Rudy Stravis. And so I said, say, man, I got this ideal for a literary program, the Hip Hop Fraternity Literary Program. But at that time, it was called the Ken Ivey Literary Program. I said, but I want to do books for children because that's what inspired me, the Iceberg Slim. I said, if we could do a book on Boosie, it would inspire the kids. You know, so I ended up getting Boosie a deal. But when I did it, my son Supreme said, Dad, you know, you always told me we got to document this. So my son was there with me. And so we hired a camera crew to document it, which it was intentionally to be that way. And so through that, what we did was we started making of the book. So it's called The Making of the Book. So the Boosie book is, movie is out in a few days. It's I got to deal with Homestead. It's going to be on Tubi. Then, so we also working on Rick Ross movie. So Rick Ross is a very interesting character. You know, when I was young, you know, not that young, because you know I'm a little older, but when I was younger, I'm studying the Rick Ross thing, and I'm seeing how, you know, he sold all this dope and how he had the CIA and all that stuff. So I was always interested in Rick Ross. So one day I called him to Dallas to my store in Big T's, and he came down there. He let me interview him. And then when I was interviewing, I said, brother, you know, this is an interesting story. I said, are you thinking about doing a book? He said, yeah, I'm working on a book. I said, well, man, you know, one day I would like to collaborate with you and work with you on this book. So a few days went past, few years. Then finally, you know, a situation came up, you know, and we was able to be in the same room again. And right there, we negotiated. We write it on the napkin. He signed, I signed. You know, we agreed. You know that hey, I was going to do his book. You know, and we was going to do the same thing we did with Boosie. It's going to be the making of the Rick Ross book. So we just left L.A. We just left his dispensary. We left the mansion party. He came down to Milwaukee. We've been filming him for the last year now, and we're going to do the same thing with him. And then Ice-T. He's a friend of mine. Met him in '95 at the Pimps Up H0Es party.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, and so televised. So we became real friends. And so when I had my book signing in New York, Ice-T and Tretch and all the, you know, Grandmaster Flash, all them brothers up there, they came to my book signing. It was a big old party. Ice-T did something that was amazing. He made it a bigger party. So it was my party, but he told all his friends to come out, man. This is my man Kenny Ivey. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was so impressed. And I didn't know that he liked me that much. So this nigga was talking shit to him on the internet, And he called me and said, Ken, you know who this nigga is? I said, yeah, I know the nigga. This dude from American Pimp. So I went crazy on him. I just went to blast him, using that pimp roast. So I roasted the nigga. I chopped him everywhere on his feet because I wanted to be still standing when I got through chopping his ass, right? So I just chopped him up, and Ice-T, me and him, for that point, we can't jam. So when I got the Boosie deal, you know what I'm saying, now I got the appetite to do another deal. Then I got about 4 or 5 more deals. So I said, Ice-T, I said, man, I want to do a book on your life. He said, man, I got a better. He said, my partner just got through doing 26 years. His name's Spike. He said, what we can do is we can do the book on me and him, and you can get the deal. So I went and got them a 6-figure deal. I went in there, and then we started doing the Ice-T movie. So we just left California, and we was filming Spike, and we Gangsta T, which is Terry. We got an initiative that we work with the White House called Stop the Violence. So Ice-T did a movie on Stop the Violence and Gangsta T. But Ice-T is also a member of my organization, Hip Hop Fraternity. He's my national advisor. So I asked him to sit down with the White House, one of the representatives, Miss Cassie Hernandez, and talk about the gun violence. So he agreed to do a video. So he did a commercial for them, for the White House. He did it out of love. And then I just had him on Power 88 in Vegas. He talked to him, along with my guy, C.B. James. So we have a political action committee. So that, all that came into the filming of the project. These are the things that we want to incorporate into Ice-T movie, just all of the philanthropy and all the positive things that he do, and being on Law and Order for 25 years and, being successful as he is still coming, hanging out with the hood brothers like myself.
Man, there you go. Now, again, congratulations on, of course, Pimpology. 48 Laws of the Game. Like you said, 40 different prints just to get reprinted. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that you're looking for 48 Laws of Power, and yours is right there next to it, some of the same game. Now, what I do want to say is, your story in itself should be a movie. Mm-hmm. Have you sold your story as a movie to anybody? Has anybody approached you? Both
of my sons, I got Ken Ivy's, I got Ken Supreme Ivy, I got Ken and Johnny Ivy. So my sons, they in LA and they plotting my movie, right?
Life is a movie.
Bro, listen, this is so crazy, right? They did this shit to me when they was kids. I had a Maserati and an SL55. So they was really little kids. So Supreme said, I'm gonna get I think the kid said, I'm gonna get the Maserati. And Supreme said, I'm gonna get the SL55. Now I'm standing over the balcony and I'm looking at these niggas. These niggas like maybe 8, 9 of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck you mean? So I'm looking, I said, motherfucker, I ain't dead. I'm standing over the balcony. I said, I ain't dead. What the fuck y'all mean? Y'all ain't neither one of y'all gonna get a car. I'm mad now, I'm young. I'm like, these niggas trying to kill me already. You know what I'm saying? So now they come up to me, here they is, Supreme 25 and little Kitty 27, and they come just tell me, we doing your movie. I said, okay, man. So they gonna
got the rights.
So I gave them the rights. I said, here they go with this shit again. I said, go ahead, y'all do it. So my sons will be doing the right. They be doing my movie. So they're gonna sit down with some of my ex-hoes. They're gonna sit down with some of the ex-pimps, and I'm gonna sit down and give them a script. And my son, Lil Kenny, he's an actor. You ever see All American?
Yes.
That's my son, number 14. That's my son, the light-skinned guy, Ken Ivy. Then if they go to play the flute, you go play the flute. That's my son too. He's the only black dude in the entire movie. You know what I'm saying? So he did a lot of Pepsi commercials, Apple commercials. Both of my sons doing really well for themselves. So you know what I'm saying? They got the experience. I sent them to college in LA for film school. He's an straight A student, and he can quote Shakespeare. I mean, he can do all that shit. They cold. So I ready for them to do it than anybody else to do it.
They're gonna put respect on it, plus they have the knowledge of it. Oh man, it's gonna be
my son did, because in LA, right, they got these comedy stores like Comedy Store and Comedy Central, all that shit. So my son, he just did an impromptu, whatever they call it. What's it called?
Improv.
Improv, yeah. So he's doing a spontaneous, and so he was actually acting like me. And he was quoting my quotes. And I thought he was a square, but then Supreme said, my son Supreme, like, nah, Dad, Ken ain't square. He one of us. You know what I'm saying?
He mimicked you well. He mimicked you well.
When I was out in Cali last week, and we was out there filming the Rick Ross movie, and we was filming the Ice-T project, My son, you know, he was out there, he was acting really weird. I'm so used to him being square and educated. You know, he's like, yeah, Dad, you know, he up there jumping with Supreme performing on stage. And I'm tripping. I'm like, damn, you know.
Wait, so you allow your son to play you? I mean, you would want your son to play you?
Well, my son, you
like
know,
a 25-year-old?
We're going to call him up in a minute. He's a twin. He looked just like me.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? My other son looked like me. They know all my quotes. They I didn't know they know all this shit. Because, you know, I'm telling them, like I said, when I discipline my kid, I make them read the 48 Laws of Power, Think and Grow Rich. This is the kind of shit they would read as a punishment. But, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know they was watching YouTubes and they was, you know, because I don't know, Supreme probably remember this. We went to the kid's graduation and, you know, he went to this school in the suburbs called Hamilton. So when I went to the school, you know, I'm trying to look square. You know, I had these little square glasses on. I was looking, you know, trying to look like a Pops, right? And all the kids like, tell your dad, can I take a picture? Will we take a picture? And, you know, we got all his brothers and sisters. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, and he's like, Ted, come on, take a picture. We'll take a picture. And I even know that they knew I was Pimpin Ken was there because I always come as Ken Ivy, you know, because I never raised my kids, you know, to be in the game. Only person I took is Supreme. He was with me he went to all the tracks. He met all the hoes and shit because his mama was in the game and I'm in the game. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? I was always scared that somebody gonna come up to him and they're gonna say something and he ain't gonna know what it is. And then he gonna be like, Dad, why you didn't tell me that? You know what I'm saying? So I was more transparent with him because I know I couldn't hide. But my other kids, I tried to hide for them and them little motherfuckers still know what's going on.
Well, we about to bring us Supreme, but before we do, I do want to touch on once again, the Ugly Money, the hip hop fraternity.
War show?
Yeah, that collaboration that's coming.
Man, thank you, man, for giving me that opportunity, man. Hey, man, look here, man. We got Sauce Walka gonna be there. Young LA gonna be performing. I got my man, the East Side Boys gonna be performing. I got Juvie, he's getting an award. Man, I got Derez Deshawn. We got man, Lil Scrappy.
Come on.
Ugly Money. You know, he's the partner with us, and you know what I'm saying, you know, me and Ugly Money got that Trigger Alert. We did the podcast together. That's my right hand man. You know, he one of the dudes that embraced me when I came to Atlanta. A lot of people hated, but he didn't. And you know, we got Jet Boy Cash gonna be performing. We got Young Supreme gonna be performing. Big Mal gonna be performing. We got Baby Mob gonna be performing. We got China Monet, Jizzle, Yellow Boy. You know, it's just gonna be, man. It's like these are all the top people in Atlanta. Yeah. They all gonna be there. You know, and my man Vado. He's gonna be controlling the media, so we're gonna invite y'all.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Real Life Street
to my man Vado,
yeah,
our COO. He handled, and y'all getting the award too. Hopefully y'all win, but y'all gonna be,
we want that.
Y'all gonna be competing with No Jumper.
We want it. We want it. We on
which is with Sharp. He's coming.
Yeah, shout out Sharp. We on his ass.
Yeah. Boss Talk.
Shout out Boss Talk. We on his ass.
Yeah. And of course, you know what I'm saying, y'all. So
yeah, Real Life. We on our own ass.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think y'all got a possibility to win.
Hey, nah, for real, man. We touch the streets, man, and I'm excited. From April 5th through April 7th, it's a whole convention.
Now, so the summit.
Tell us about the summit and the award show.
We're going to have all like TJ, DJ, Tony Neal, all the DJs, all of the people going to be there. You'll have people from the music industry speaking for 2 days. And then whoever win the Ugly Money demonstration, they get to come to the award and perform with all these celebrities that we're going to have, right? And they get a VIP and everything. So, you know, we're not going to have many performances, but you know, if they want to get a ticket, they can go to Eventbrite/HHF Awards. And if they want to get a VIP, they can call me directly. You know, you go on YouTube and get my Real Pimp Ken _ you'll see the information, and they get the VIP for me. You guys are going to be VIP. Boss Talk is going to be VIP. No Jumper, all y'all going to be VIP. We're going to have a table
it's going to be a celebration
for all the podcasters.
Again, we're all.
And we're going to have a special category. And that's why we're here. We finna interview some of the pimps, you know, or the pimp rappers. Not pimps, but pimp rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a category called Pimp Hop. You know, so my man Rooster, Rollo the Pimp.
Shout out Rooster.
Too Deep, you know what I'm saying? You know, all them brothers out there, Goldie, you know, my man Def, you know what I'm saying? All of them that rap, you know, we're gonna have them on there as well.
Definitely, and before
and Flame.
And shout out Flame. And before we get out, I do want you to give credit for some of the people that might have came up under you, man. Again, in Dallas, we good. G Gov was one of our partners. Valentino came all the way up through here. You got some young cats like Sharp, you know what I'm saying? They're coming up under you. What is some of your advice to the generation that came up under you in this game?
Well, when we come up under school, you're going to pimp or die. Pimps don't die, they multiply, right? It's all on the bitch, right? So I think that all them brothers, man, G Gov, Valentino, Rooster, Rado the Pimp, I think I was the first one to take them darts, you know what I'm saying, those arrows, and, make a transition in the game, because life is about collection of transitions, also a transmission where you got to switch gears. So when they see me switch gears and came out with the movie Pimpology and start writing books, then it made it easier for them to come and start doing positive things. So G Gov is my cousin, right? You know what I'm saying? So G Gov is doing the whole, I didn't guess how we found out we was cousins. So I'm crazy, he crazy. We get into it because it was this dude tripping, right? So I called him and I said some crazy shit to him. He said some crazy shit. I said, nigga, I be at Big T's, nigga. When y'all gonna come? But before you get to Big T's, my cousin Ike Taylor, y'all might have seen him on Under White Belly. He started with Larry Hoover and my cousin Dagwood, all them. So we come to find out that we all ferried through Larry and all that. And it was just a big old family thing. And then, he said, man, Gov called me. He said, nigga, you my cousin, right? I said, God damn, ain't that something? So, then Valentino, man, we've been hanging out forever. Carla, that's my girl, Richie Rich. All of Dallas, man, my man L, China. There was just so many people in Dallas that embraced me. The whole Big T's, I can't call everybody's name, everybody, but, a lot of them dudes, man, I have so much respect for Rooster, Mr. G, and my man, Rollo the Pimp, because they actually created a whole culture called Pimp Hop, man. And, man, niggas ride to them. You know what I'm saying? I know Finesse 2 Times is popping, but Too Deep, them brothers, man, Goldie, Def, man, these dudes, man, they got some real slick player music that you could ride to. Jet Boy Cash, he just did once From the Wayside, man, my son Supreme, you know what I mean? Man, I'm talking about, these ain't shout outs, these is like some real live shit. But there's a lot of people gonna be mad. But if I didn't call your name, man, it's because I'm old, I'm 60, I'd be trying to remember my name some goddamn time.
All right, well, let's do it like that, man. For the most part, man, again, you're such a wealth of knowledge that, we definitely gotta, bring in the generation under you and go from there. But as we have you by yourself, before we get to that, is definitely for those that do want to follow your movement, please tell them how to get at you.
Well, let me put that coat, the jacket on. You want to do it now? This is a different interview. Okay.
Yeah. We gonna splice it up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I do want you to still give you.
So those who want to follow me, you know what I'm saying, you can go to RealPimpKen _. If you want to really check out what I got going on, I got a new podcast called View from the Game. Just type in Pimpin Ken, go over there and check it out. If you want to get my books, you can go to audible.com. My book is called Pimpology, The 48 Laws of Game. Or you can get my other book. It's called The Art of Human Chess. And you also can go and join my organization at thehiphopfraternity.com, which is, we have 10,000 members. We have 35 states right now. And, it's just like any other thing. It's a social media site. If you want to get some latest news, I got my own magazine. You go to hhfmag.com. You can see all the latest, you can say anything on thehiphopfraternity.com. And it's free to join. It's free to get in. If you're ever in Atlanta, come to Atlanta. I let artists perform for free. We feed you free. We let you in for free. And people say, what's my game? My game is no game. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that young people, especially, young people today, they know when somebody's trying to run game on them.
You already know what it is, man. The living legend himself, man, Pimpin Ken. You already know we ain't got to say too much, man. You are a street star. You are a real life street star. You've been in these streets. You've been doing it. You already know how it go, man. Let's go.
Shout out real street stars, nigga. Move. Hey.